Most of us probably heard about the meaning behind Furina's name. It's closely related to the meaning of thief. And that's it. Of course, I'm just kidding. Don't close the video just yet. That's not how I intend to end this video, as we will be looking beyond what the game has shown us so that we may extrapolate possible hints that might be involved in constructing Furrina as a character. Just so you know, I can sense your disbelief to this idea from behind the screen, so don't worry, I will be showing you some evidence. As we know that Furrina name is associated with the meaning of thief. I will get back to you on what she might be stealing. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna be your wallet. However, when we further investigate on Furrina as a divinity in Roman mythology, there's one which is unsurprisingly known commonly as a goddess of springs, sharing similar element with our dramatic Hydro Archon, but if that's all they are going to use, it's not going to create a rather interesting narrative. So, a more interesting approach would be to make use of her vague connection with another goddess known as Lavana, the goddess of thieves, cheats, and the underworld. Let's say that Genshin's writer decides to double down about Lavana as their inspiration for Furrina's lore. How would it look like? Now, in terms of Underworld, in the world like Teyvat, we already have something parallel to it, such as the Abyss, and with that, connecting to the primordial water. And we see that Furrina has heterochromia, possibly representing her character having some form of connection with either the Abyss, but on top of that, there's another unique attribute about Lavana that would make Furrina's lore a lot more interesting. And that is with what does the people intend to seek Lavana's blessing for, and those who seek her blessing tends to do so, wishing that their plans can be carried out successfully without affecting their reputation, specifically for piety and honesty. And perhaps piety and honesty could be replaced with some other factors like justice or purity to better fit the fiction around what the Hydro Archon is known for. Then her plan to save Fontaine would seem like a task that she will risk her reputation. It's possible that Foscalor even hides from Furrina just in case someone like Arcano challenge her for any possible details with regards to how she intend to do so. Now, how could they narrate Furrina as a thief and cheats? Well, unfortunately, I can't be sure about what she could be cheating from her people, but I do know a crack theory on what she might have deceived everyone in Teyvat. It's possible that she makes everyone believe in the idea that Egeria was the Hydro Archon who shed the first tear and thus gave birth to the first Oceanid. But the possible truth is Furrina was the one who shed the first tear, not Egeria. And there's a few clues as to what led me into believing in this theory from both the game and mythology sources. In mythology, Egeria belongs to a group of goddesses known as the Carmenae, and to my surprise, Egeria is not the chief of this group. Another goddess, Carmenta, was. Plus, she is also capable of giving prophecy just like Egeria. Meanwhile, in the game, the ancient natural history excerpts dictate that the origin of Oceanid predates Egeria. So there's a good chance that instead of Egeria being the one who shed the first tear, these are the evidence that makes Furrina being the potential candidate that did so upon seeing the prophecy a long time ago. Not to mention, the writer did put in some effort to show us a few extra details. We were shown to a couple seeking safe childbirth blessing in front of the fountain, though I'm not too sure that the idea with Furrina crying in the background will help with childbirth in any way or form, unless the mother or child seeks that kind of encouragement. But nonsense aside, guess who is also related to childbirth? Kamanta is a goddess of childbirth, and writer deliberately showing us how people in Fontaine seek this fountain for safe childbirth is as good as an indirect reference, though what I can't tell is why does Furrina want Egeria to act as the Hydro Archon after the fall of Remuria? Perhaps there will be more details shown later on. I will leave it as that for now. And finally, as I promised earlier, what could she steal to warrant giving her the role as a thief? There's two main things that I think she stole, and one of them is something that you have probably known already, and that is the massive amount of indemnitium from all these years. After all, this was revealed by the knave during her confrontation with Furrina. But I think it's still worth discussing just how important this meant. After all, if we remember our time back in Sumeru during the Sabiru festival, the mass amount of energy that were harvested for that 1 week duration was sufficient enough to create a machine harnessing the power of an Archon. Now, imagine Furrina is about to use years worth of energy instead. Only time will tell in details how it is going to be executed. But for the second thing that she might be stealing, it's going to be a far-fetched theory, but hear me out. That is the Oceanid's ability to reproduce. We know that one possible means for the Oceanid to perform helix split was to seek the Hydro Archon or an Oceanid Elder for permission to claim an item needed to do so. On top of that, they also mentioned that the Oceanid Elders will ensure the continuation of their species even after Egeria's death. So, in no way that Egeria's death during the catalysm should ever stop Oceanid from further performing helix split, thereby leaving us with the only possibility that Furrina actually took the item for her own use. As to what she used it for, I think you can probably guess it already, to create the Oratrice so that she can harvest the years of indemnitium for the fateful day that she's going to use it to save Fontaine. Otherwise, this is all I have about Furrina, with what her name may hint us with the story that's about to come. Other than that, thanks for watching thus far, and do let me know how do you think the approach of trying to see how Genshin's character, concept, ideas are connected to possible connection with our real world counterparts. And as always, I wish you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.